And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem of the Crypto, episode 761. Today is Friday, July 23rd, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories. I don't even like saying this story out loud, but I have to. JP Morgan becomes the first bank to offer Bitcoin to retail investors. Texas alleges that BlockFi is offering unregistered securities. BlockFi is pursuing plans to go public even as regulators close in. Amazon seeks new exec to oversee digital currency strategy. Possible white hat hacker exploits Thorchain for $8 million, proposes a $10 million bounty. And last but not least, Circle K convenience stores will host thousands of crypto ATMs. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what is going on with these prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin is at $32,546, up 1.5%. Ethereum at $2,074 is up 4.3%. Binance Coin at $290 is down 1.1%. Cardano sitting at 118 is up 1% today. XRP at 59 cents is up 3.6%. Dogecoin at 19 cents is up 1.4%. Polkadot sitting at 12.92 is up 3.6%. And last but not least, Uniswap sitting at 17.82 is up 8% today. So a lot of green, mixture of green and red in the market. Not much happening going into the weekend.
There it is. I got to say, I like those hater blockers too you wear.
Oh, yeah. You got to wear up for Fuck Bitcoin Fridays, baby.
There it is. Speaking of the prices in Ethereum, what is going on with Ethereum in this? Was it some type of flag or something? You talking about Twitter? What's going on with this?
Well, it looks like on Twitter, Ethereum has been turned into Ethiopia, one of the biggest trolls ever by Jack Dorsey, I believe. The hashtag ETH is now attached with the Ethiopian flag. So if you try and tweet about ETH on Twitter now, you're basically tweeting about Ethiopia. So great troll there. And if you saw the tweets, you can just check it out now. Just get on Twitter and try hashtag ETH. The flag is going to pop up for you. But again, like I said, after the talk with Elon, it was huge for Jack Dorsey to come out and kind of troll Ethereum with that. But hey, it's part of the market. If you own a social media platform, you can do what you want. So shout out to him and shout out to Ethiopia in the Olympics. Bitcoin is needed in Ethiopia. So
there it is. And I'm assuming there it is. The notifications are not all the way out. I can tell because literally only 31 people in here, but it's like doubling every few seconds. So hopefully these notifications come out. Of course, top story of the day. People, when I tell you this made me sick, I mean, it literally makes me sick. Like I'm not playing. I can't make it up. It makes me sick. I'm over here. I got too many tabs open over here. Bitcoin Zay. I'm trying to pull open the main one. You know how that goes. Top story of the day. JP Morgan becomes first bank to offer Bitcoin to retail clients. That is right. JP Morgan, the one company that hates Bitcoin, becomes the first bank to offer Bitcoin to retail clients. JP Morgan will now be offering Bitcoin to retail clients, expanding the product it's been offering to its ultra wealthy clients. The bank is the first in the US to do so. And with the new product, Bitcoin has a new 630 billion market to exploit. First and foremost, if you're one of those ultra wealthy clients, I really have to ask you, how did you become ultra wealthy if you don't have enough sense not to keep your own Bitcoin and you're letting JP Morgan buy it for you? So first and foremost, these ultra wealthy clients, I'm assuming you all stole some shit from one of these wars. Your family has slaves down the line. So like you did something to where you probably shouldn't be ultra wealthy, but hey, the name of the game. Again, JP Morgan has made cryptocurrency history. I can't believe it. Cryptocurrency history by becoming the first bank in the US to offer Bitcoin to retail clients. As per a new report, the bank will be expanding the product it has been offering to its clients, opening the market. So a couple of things. First and foremost, we said this was going to happen. Literally, we've been saying it on our Talk Shop Lives. I think I even said it actually in the masterclass on the history of money when I talked about JP Morgan. I was like, as much as we don't want it to happen, it will eventually happen. Well, where they're going to be offering Bitcoin and everything. And that's because, as Bitcoin Zay likes to say, capitulation. It has happened. Bitcoin has officially beat the shit out of JP Morgan. Let's make sure we're clear about that. Yeah. Bitcoin beat JP Morgan's ass. Bitcoin didn't need banks. Banks needed Bitcoin. And we are seeing that first and foremost. What else you got on this? What else you got on this Bitcoin, Zach?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's take a blast from the past really quick. And let's see what the CEO of JP Morgan has said himself. Let me get that screen share real quick. But
yeah,
if
I
you
was
know,
like, I don't know where my screen. Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom. I'm like, where did I do this thing?
yeah, we've been talking about it since 2017 when Jamie Dimon said that he would fire anybody who uses Bitcoin. But if you go back 2 months ago, May 4th, 2021, Jamie Dimon says he's still a crypto skeptic. I'm not a Bitcoin supporter. I have no interest in it. Oh, really, Jamie? First of all, if you're not a Bitcoin supporter, it doesn't matter because, again, banks need Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't need banks. So your actual investors, if they're asking you over and over, I want exposure to Bitcoin, I want exposure to crypto, it doesn't matter what you think, Jamie Dimon. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. We all do business with things and people we don't necessarily like. And of course, he put his foot in his mouth by basically saying that they they are not interested. However, I don't tell clients what to do. Exactly. Shut the hell up, Jamie. We don't care if you like it or not, whatever. And then he goes on to say right after that, one of the most noobish quotes of all time: "Blockchain is real. We use it." For what? Like, what are you talking about? You could just use your same database you had before. But you have to realize that he has to say these things. He represents another class of people. And again, these rich investors, they have more say than Jamie Dimon does. I guarantee you. If the right people call him, they're like, we're buying Bitcoin or we're leaving, I guarantee you to keep that money in there. This is why they introduced this crypto product. So shout out to everybody who has followed us since 2017. If you remember that Jamie Dimon story, that was one of our biggest.
I'm about to bring it up. I'm
He's
not
a
done
Hall of
flaming
Fame. He's a Hall of Fame dino. How could you not know Dino Diamond? He's been doing this for years. We've been talking about for 4 years, people. That's how long the show. 4 years we've been talking about this. So here we go.
And you know what? I am not officially finished flaming them. I'm about to keep flaming JP Morgan. And I'm going to flame a few people that work for him. The people that I know, no offense. I know you're listening today. I got friends. I have family. I have a few different people I know that work at JP Morgan. And yesterday they did a whole thing that people love to do when they hear about when Bitcoin hit 66,000. Everybody's, hey, did you see Bitcoin at 66,000? Yes, I do this Monday through Friday for years. Like, yes, I did see it. Same with JP Morgan. People texting me left and right. JP Morgan, did you see? Yeah, we've been talking about it since 2017. We did see. We tried to tell you about it. Like, so that is like, first of all, the most annoying thing for a company and the president of a company to literally get away with corruption, market manipulation, everything else in between, and then to have friends and family start texting you the next day like, oh, did you see it? Like, no, this isn't cool. This isn't cute. You just don't realize what's about to happen to your job right now, which is why you're so ecstatic about this.
Oh yeah, you out of here, buddy.
Really quick, want to bring up a couple other articles about this thing just to kind of hammer in the point. And again, people, my biggest frustration with this is two things. First of all, market manipulation. How are you going to lock up the OG John McAfee talking about he's manipulating the market when literally when Jamie the Dino Diamond said that Bitcoin was fake and all this other stuff, the price dropped over 50% literally after he made the comment. That day, the price just started dropping. So to me, that's market manipulation. I can't believe, well, I will say I can't believe that they're getting away with it. But let me bring up this article again. This is from 2017. This article is more than 3 years old. You can see at the top. Bitcoin is a fraud that will blow up, says JP Morgan's boss. Jamie Dimon claims cryptocurrency is only fit for use by drug dealers, murderers, and people living in North Korea.
Damn, that's kind of racist, isn't it?
First of all, that's racist as hell. Like, that's super racist, but whatever. Yeah. This is the guy who said this, dropped the price. During the same day he dropped the price, his company or his one of his branches out in San Francisco was actually holding a cryptocurrency conference / meeting the same day he made that announcement. So in of itself, that was market manipulation to me. Again, you can read more about this. It just literally it goes into him being on stage thrashing Bitcoin, right? Market manipulation. I want to keep saying that because it was market manipulation, because at the same time, he was already in the market. And as you can see now, they're offering things. But I'll tell you what makes these stories even worse, though. Like, the worst part about all of this is how they were able to offer their Bitcoin to retail clients. I want to tell people a quick story. Bitcoin Zay and I were going to be literally one of the first of, I think, about 5 or 6 companies on the planet to have a cryptocurrency hedge fund. That's what we actually started off to do in 2016 until we were told we could not allow retail investors to buy Bitcoin. That came from the SEC. There are no retail investors. And because of that, we was like, well, this isn't the game plan for us, right? So we were being told we can't do this. And then literally a few years later, the guy who calls it a fraud, the guy who calls it fake for North Korea and all the other stuff, he's allowed to do it? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he's allowed to do it. But when we tried to do it, it was illegal. And last but not least, let's look at how he's actually allowed to do it. This is the craziest part of the story. So JP Morgan, they actually partnered. Let me see if I can find it. They partnered with NYDIG to make this all possible. Now, we've actually talked about NYDIG as well. I'm actually looking at this story to see if I can find where they partner. I can't find where they partner with NYDIG, but they partnered with NYDIG to make this all possible. And if you remember NYDIG, look at this. Fund manager got New York bit license 11 months after hiring its architect. That fund was NYDIG, who hired this guy, Benjamin Lawsky, who created the fake New York bit license that they only given to like 10 companies so far. Of course, the one he became a member on the board received one. But these are the same people that is working with JP Morgan Chase to launch this Bitcoin thing to retail clients. Again, manipulation and corruption. This guy told everyone in New York in the crypto that if you didn't have this license, you couldn't operate. So many companies either went under or they just left the state, right? He's only given his license out to 10 people. Then after he created it, he literally left his position, started a consulting firm, and got hired by NYDIG, as you can see here, as his architect, where he also got them a bit license. And now they're working with JP Morgan to allow retail clients to buy Bitcoin. Again, corruption, market manipulation. It's crazy. It's crazy that, regular civilians, we did the right thing. We went to school and all this other stuff. We weren't allowed to do it, but JP Morgan is. And to me, this is why it is so very difficult for me to follow all these little blanket laws and guidelines the United States love to throw at you, because you can't even win playing fair. Like, this was a lose-lose situation if you were to play fair. Now, what we should have did, Bitcoin Zay was like, you know what? Forget. If we knew the fines, how they were doing fines, I would have been like, let's move forward. Hey, we about to take this to the top.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, again, small guy gets kicked out, big guy comes in, and everybody thinks it's the savior. But they can only invest in like Grayscale, and it's another one as well. So they're kind of limited. At the same time, Jamie Dimon, he has joined our list of things we don't trust, people we don't trust. Dudes with ponytails, dudes named Chauncey, and Jamie Dimon. You have made that list as well. I don't trust any of that. So anything Jamie Dimon does, you already know is something going on in the background. And long term, I think they will have institutional investors who use them, but their exposure to Bitcoin without the inability to actually use Bitcoin will bite them in the ass in the next 5 to 10 years. Absolutely. So get out of here, Jamie Dimon. We're tired of it. You're sick of your shit, brother. We can see you. We see you too, Benjamin.
Hilarious. Yeah, we see you too, Benjamin. Benjamin, you're not as wealthy as Jamie Dimon. I heard Jamie low key. My cousin was telling me today, he's like, hey, Jamie rolled with like 20, 30 people. So do I. What's up? But no, Benjamin Lawsky, yeah, you're not working for the government no more, homie. You out here by yourself. Let's not forget that either. And last but not least, I will say the silver lining in all this. I'm actually working with some of my family and friends. I was like, hey, you all are going to need crypto support now. Like, you all need to learn cryptocurrency top to bottom. Guess who has a masterclass already ready to go for the likes of all those folks working at JP Morgan, soon Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. So that is the silver lining. While we might not have been able to get it up front, again, they're going to need somebody to teach them crypto, and they're going to need a masterclass that's already completed by the time they start doing this in the next few weeks. So we do have the silver lining there, Bitcoin Zay.
Oh, yeah.
Quick shout outs. What's going on? PFC Wells, Commodore, Cheek, CRISPR Land, Top of the Morning, Level 99, Slacker, Fanteezy, Walt K, Kendra, Paris, Raquanji, Carmelo, Trek, what's going on? Yep, he said it didn't even show for him the notification. TSG Bitcoin, whoa, be easy. Yep, they just got notified too. They said Junior Malley says they got the hangover glasses on. Now you got the hater blockers on today.
Oh yeah, these hater blockers for FBF, baby.
There it is. The Logic Spear, congratulations to Nigeria for launching a CBDC pilot. I guess congrats.
Yeah.
Zay, you said you swan to dollar cost average Bitcoin. Is there any way around the 10-day wait for less than 2,500 Bitcoin?
No, when you first start, because they use Prime Trust has to do that to protect themselves. But then after that, it's pretty simple. So at the beginning, there's no way to get around it. But after that, pretty seamless process.
Yep. Seba Brown said, if I sign up for the masterclass, do I get a pair of those crypto sunglasses? Somewhere along the continuum, we will have those crypto sunglasses.
Nah, we ain't providing these, player.
Texas alleges that BlockFi is offering unregistered securities. Woo! New Jersey, Alabama, Texas. Hey, watch out! I got him.
Oh, we jumping somebody. What I tell you?
What's going on with this story here?
I told you, as soon as one of these regulators say, "Oh, we jumping somebody," boom, everybody jumps in. So we talked about New Jersey earlier this week. We talked about Alabama yesterday, and today the Texas State Securities Board has filed for a cease and desist order against crypto lending firm BlockFi for not offering a security license at the state or federal level. They will be holding a hearing related to these allegations, and should the judge grant the order at the October 13th virtual hearing, BlockFi and its affiliates, BlockFi Lending and Trading, would likely be required to stop offering those interest accounts in the state without registering with the SEC. They're claiming that they have more than $691 million dollars worth of assets under management for roughly 25,000 Texas residents. Honestly, on the grand scale of things, that's not really much. However, they see a chance to jump somebody and try and get them all at the same time. It's much easier that way. As you may know, it's much easier to be somebody with a bunch of friends than it is one-on-one. So of course, when the regulators jump in, New Jersey says something, then Alabama's country ass says something, then here comes Texas coming out the blue with it. So again, 3 people coming out against BlockFi. They're fighting 3 different wars. It's a lot easier to take them down. I'm interested in trying to figure out who put out the bat signal. Which banker put out the back signal?
You already know.
Get rid of BlockFi, get them out of here. Because I can guarantee you, when you look at BlockFi, even with their lowered interest rates, it's still higher than banks. Even if you stake and you only get 4% now, it's still better than 0.07% or whatever you'll get at a bank. So they basically created a service product where you don't ever have to sell your Bitcoin. You don't have to use banks because you can use stable coins, and you can also lend it out and make residual income. So that's not good for banks at all. So I'm sure they had a nice poolside meeting with a regulator in one of these states. And they were like, yeah, by the way, we're going to need that favor, homie. We got to get them up out of here, homie. So
hey, homie,
like Texas coming after us.
We need to call in that favor real quick.
Yeah, we need to call in that favor real quick, homie.
You know what? So it's crazy. For one, it's unfortunate this is happening. And I'm looking at the comments right now. And again, I mean, I love the crypto warriors. Chemo and Crypto said, is this a moment we should take our crypto out of BlockFi? Literally, I said that in masterclass. So I told people in the masterclass when we covered BlockFi, I was like, hey, this is all good and gravy. You better be careful. And again, let's see. I just saw another. Yeah, Carmelo said we called it on Talk Shop Live. We said that they start to gang up in less than 2 weeks, and BlockFi is looking over their shoulder now. So this is what I think is going on. Not only with BlockFi, Coinbase was in the news for something very similar in a second, as well as Binance US. And that's kind of our next story. BlockFi, Binance US, and Coinbase, essentially, well, Coinbase kind of already did with this direct listing, but they're pursuing plans to go public even as regulators close in. The crypto lender is days away from closing a $500 million Series E, sources says, and this is what's really happening, people. Binance US is thinking about going public. BlockFi is thinking about it. And again, Coinbase just did. The reason why that's happening is because they are, unfortunately, and I understand the pressure. The gang is real. I keep telling people they're bowing down. This is them kissing the ring. They're like, all right, we'll go public. That way we don't have to worry about getting all the licensing. We can just go public, give it over to a board. You all get all the licensing. We keep the money, and then we decide we're going to actually stay in this company or leave. If I were them, I would leave, because looking at Coinbase getting wrapped up in this new lawsuit, which they even mentioned Brian Armstrong, he should have took the money and left. Everybody want to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. I don't get it. I want the money. I'm gone. But I think the reason why BlockFi is talking about going public, again, Binance US is talking about going public. This is their way to pay the man. This is the way to kiss the ring, to say, hey, we're part of the gang. We understand that we did wrong. We made money without paying up. You gotta pay up. This is it. Yeah. You got to pay up, man. You just can't be out here making plays on your own. So I think that's the reason why they're doing it. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Well, again, like I said, these third parties, somebody commented. That's why I wear it almost every day. No keys, no cheese, people. How many times do we have to say it? If you keep it in these third party services, anything can happen. Regulators can come in. They can disappear. Something can happen with the platform. They can get hacked. We'll talk about that later with another chain. But again, get off these third parties. Even if you are making money with them, it's on paper until you actually receive it. So if something goes wrong and they have to shut down or if they have to halt services, you don't want to see that. So I would say make sure you get it off. It's a risk, and this is what happens. And it hits you quick because, again, say you had your money on BlockFi, let's say 3 weeks ago. You're like, all right, yeah, this is good service. 2 weeks later, 3 different regulators come out the blue and try to take it down. So again, we can't make this up, people. You just wake up in the morning, boom, somebody has a problem with the service, and it may go down. So just make sure you're safe and that you're using risk management on that. Definitely.
For sure. All right, quick. One of the commenters, B, We're saying the beginner's masterclass is very pricey. Has anyone bought it and can say it's worth it? No hating, just genuine question. So if anybody in the comments has actually went through the beginner's masterclass, give B your thoughts. If it's good, bad, or ugly, I'm standing by it. And we're standing by the price points. We think everything's fair on all that, as much work we've been putting in. But yeah, somebody answer them, let them know. I feel confident in it. And speaking of which, about the masterclass, for all those who have emailed us about it, no worries. We are behind in the emails. But we will be circling back around this weekend. So if you emailed us about the masterclass during this discount time, no worries. We will still send you a discount code if you're interested in that as well. I was sick this week and I was gone last week. So them emails have been stacking up, people. But we will make sure we get back to you on that. All right. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, my goodness. No. Thorchain in the news again?
Oh, no.
And listen, this is the perfect point that we keep trying to make. Like, the next best, greatest thing, and and Thorchain's the future. Oh, you don't know about Thorchain? Oh, you just hating. You ain't trying to get this money. Oh, it's been hacked twice in 2 weeks, huh? What's going on with Thorchain?
Oh, man. So it looks like Thorchain, they got bitch slapped like a lot of these chains are doing recently with the news that a possible white hat hacker has exploited them for $8 million and proposes a 10% bounty. If you were on Twitter and you saw at Thorchain, they suffered a sophisticated attack on the Ethereum router. The hacker deliberately limited their impact and is seemingly a white hat hacker. He requested a 10% bounty, which will be awarded if they reach out, and they should be encouraged to do so. Thorchain even said it's a tough time for the community and project, and the pain is real. I bet it is, Thorchain. And the Treasury has funds to cover, but it's time to slow down.
There you go. It is time to slow down. That's what
we've been telling people about these other coins is they move fast and break things. But as soon as somebody reveals their flaws or they find something, hacker, we've had 20 DeFi protocols hacked in the last year. As soon as somebody finds that, all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe we need to slow down and maybe we need to think about development. Maybe we need to get some audits.
Can we get a security audit?
Can we get a security audit? Like I said, I only know a couple of DeFi projects that have been fully audited. Most of them are just literally developers pushing it out as fast as possible. Moving fast and breaking things is cool when you're talking about in terms of tech. But when it comes to the money side of it, yeah, you can move fast, but nobody gets rich overnight. So that's why these hackers are needed. White hat hackers, I would say. And the message from the hacker was amazing because it says, hold on, right here in the input that he could have taken Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other things. He also stated that he could have taken more. He could disable, or he wants you to disable until audits are complete. Audits are not a nice to have, and do not rush code that controls 9 figures. That's the most important one. Do not rush code that is going to control 9 to 10 figures. What are you thinking? Like, what exactly do you think? Hackers are sitting back like, oh yeah, we're just gonna let them get away with it. Nope, they're gonna get their piece of the pie too if you don't know how to protect yourself. So Thorchain hit twice in the last week. Again, July 16th, 7.6 million gone, and this time around another 8 million. So yeah.
And you covered this top to bottom. I just want to piggyback on a couple of things like this. Why are you and who else went? Somebody else went through this too. I think it was when Don Draper was in. I can't remember. Somebody had like a multi-billion-dollar project and they were trying to offer like $10,000 bug bounties. And we were like, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy to even offer $10,000 to buy a hacker to have access to billions of dollars? Like, are you crazy? And the answer is yes. They're not crazy. They're insane. They don't know what they're doing in this space. And I'm not even a developer. I know like a little bit of code, but I know the simple things like, hey, you might want to get your project audited by at least 2 or 3 different sources, especially as a hacker says, if it's in 9, like what is 9 figures? Yeah. This is almost like, you know what? This is actually very similar to what we're seeing in real time with companies. All these companies out there feel like they don't need cybersecurity, and they've been getting cracked year in and year. I mean, half of the United States Social Security numbers have been hacked with Equifax and everything else, right? So I do like how this hacker said audits are not a nice to have. Exactly. Audits, like a security audit or cybersecurity, or for those who are watching this, and we received an email, somebody asked, I think, about VPNs, which we do teach VPNs in the course and all that. Like, yeah, we take a minute in the course to talk about cybersecurity because it's important. You can have the biggest portfolio out there. If you can't protect it, then you don't have it. You just holding it for the next guy that comes along. So I am glad this hacker came around like this. They are really lucky it was a white hat hacker because Buddy could have did some real damage. Like,
yeah, my man said he could have took Bitcoin and 3 other coins from him. Like that could have been a $50 million hack.
Somebody said, well, he sounds nice. He does sound nice because they said, LOL, that advice cost him $8 million. It did. So it's crazy to see that. But again,
just get him audits. Just get a $1 million security audit from 3 different firms. That's $3 million. What's worse, $3 million, $8 million.
Yeah, true.
And then also the money they're gonna lose because they've been hit twice in 2 weeks. Trust is gone right now. So good luck regaining that trust from the community.
And what's really crazy about it is who is it? I think it was I think it's Shapeshift that was using Thorchain as well. And now my thing is some of these different projects or other platforms or protocols that have been doing decent and been around. What is going to happen to the people who have partnered or built things on Thorchain, right? Like, I want to get rid of it ASAP. So, but I know it's kind of difficult to do after you've already started running with it. So I don't know, but this is crazy.
Yeah, well, they'll figure it out sooner or later.
All right, as we get to these last few stories, folks, feel free to start calling in. You know it's Fuck Bitcoin Fridays. If you got a beef, you got some type of smoke, let us know. Call in and bring it. You better come with your facts, though, because I'm not feeling well today, and I know I got my shit straight. So make sure you know what you're talking about. Now, let me stop. That's why people don't call in and say, they be like, we know you're not going to argue y'all all day.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to go back and forth. Let me take off these time forwards and go to work.
Oh, whoa. We have just slipped below the 50% mark on likes. What is going on?
Oh, no.
Man.
Do you believe in love and the promise that it gives? I want to love you.
Please play the light text. Please. They're trying to play it. Oh, my God.
Hey, we can keep going.
Woo, no, stop. They just
I got Casey and Jojo hit 30 likes that quick. Jodeci for days. So you have it, my baby.
I'm not letting this happen.
It means so much to me.
All right, we just got 35 quick likes. That is enough.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We can keep it going.
Bohemian Garden said 30 likes so fast. Exactly. Listen, we are not trying to hear it. Burning Hills. You know what? I want to talk about it. Burning Hills said you all should make your own coin. You know what? We have been offered this like NFTs, coins, ICOs. It's just one of those things where we haven't found a reason to do it. Like, just to be real, I mean, other than trying to do a money grab, it's like I haven't found a reason why. That's why if you ever watch most of our interviews, I try to say as polite as possible. But one of the questions I always ask people is why not Bitcoin? Because it's like, I know your project is amazing, but it's like, yeah, we can do that with Bitcoin, or we can add that feature eventually with Bitcoin. So that's why we always ask it. So when it comes to our own coins and projects and stuff, it's like, if it doesn't actually make sense, then we're not going to do it because that literally just be a money grab. And unfortunately, there's been some great people in the space who did those type of money grabs, and they've been MIA. Tracy, I ain't seen Tracy Mayer since the whole Nimbo Wimbo and Pivx and all that. If he started talking everything up but Bitcoin, people were like, all right, we go.
All right, yeah, we'll use the Mayer multiple. We ain't listening to you no more, Tracy. Goodbye.
Right. JG Wentworth, you know what's up. Listen, I didn't want to say the name out loud because I gave it to our Talk Shop Live folks, but you know what? We'll drop a jewel on Friday. Yes, Shapeshift sent that airdrop last week and couldn't swap them fast enough. For those who don't know, Shapeshift has been doing this whole Fox token thing. They airdropped it last week. They've been talking about it for the last 6 or 7 weeks, but that's why I mentioned them. They're also partnered or doing something on Thorchain. So I'm not sure how their project with the Fox token launch, becoming a decentralized exchange and all that. I don't know how it's going to work if you have at least half of your project. Now, I'm not saying they do, but if you do have half or a lot of your projects tied up in Thorchain. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, look at that Shapeshift Fox token. For those who like some of these exchange tokens, Shapeshift was created by Eric Voorhees. He's a winner in the space. Fox might be the next winner when it comes to those type of tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. The Logic Spear said this is why regulations are going to come. The sheep are going to keep crying to Big Daddy government every time they get rug pulled. Yeah, that's going to be the reason why they come in and try to protect us.
Yeah, you need that protection.
Let's see. All right, let's see. I'm on assignment. If you guys are still on in a while, I'll call in. Oh yeah, no problem, Logic Spear. Yes, folks, feel free to call in. Give us your thoughts. Let's see. Chemo and Crypto. Oh, when other audiobooks are going to be released?
Yeah, at the same time as the book itself, as a package all together. And working on a NFT for Bitcoin in Black America too. Can't tell you what it is yet, but it will be awesome. That's all I gotta say.
There we go. All right, as we wait for some callers, come on, folks. We need some people to call in. Tell us your thoughts. Share your project. Now is your chance. Don't do it in the comment section. Do it live. Amazon is in the news. This is a great news story right here. Amazon seeks new exec to oversee digital currency strategy. That's right. The new Amazon position requires a deep understanding of the digital currency and cryptocurrency ecosystems and related technologies. I know a group of people who know that. I mean, we got crypto warriors in here. Crypto warriors, apply.
Yeah.
I would love to have a crypto warrior in Amazon, bro. What? We in here. All my deliveries free, first and foremost. Tech giant Amazon is looking to dive into digital currency and blockchain development with a new major hire within its payments focused team. What is Amazon looking for here?
Oh man, so it looks like they have basically said to everybody else or put out the bat signal that their payments acceptance and experience team is seeking a digital currency and blockchain product lead to help the company's strategy of digital currency and blockchain, as well as a product roadmap. I kind of hate when they use this bug, but what does that even mean? Digital currency and blockchain. Which digital currency? Which blockchain? Is it your own? The team is responsible for Amazon's customers' payments on their sites and its global services. So the new Amazon digital currency lead will work closely with teams across Amazon to design the roadmap, include customer experience, technical strategy, capabilities, and posting notes. We have a crypto warrior that actually got with BRD wallet, a few other crypto warriors who have joined crypto.
White.
Yep, exactly. So if you are thinking about, sort of getting into that position, digital currency leads, I think we got enough smart people here by this time. We should just start applying all the jobs on crypto job boards, Amazon's jobs, whoever, because every big company is going to need some sort of digital currency lead, and then they'll have more of a team. So yeah, shout out to Amazon. They're the epitome of moving slow, but they're doing it. I believe they're going to try and do it the right way, quote unquote, because again, they really don't need the Bitcoin right now. They could just keep the service they have. I mean, Bezos was just on the moon. I'm sure he's not thinking that much about it. But whoever they hire for this position, I would love to see what they do as far as Amazon's digital currency roadmap. What exactly are they planning? Is it their own coin? Are they accepting crypto payments through their site? Whatever, because there's a plugin. I forget the name of the company, but there's a plugin you can use now where you can buy Amazon goods with crypto. I forget the name of it, but I'm sure they want to get it down to themselves. Oh, we got a call.
And really quick, also, when it comes to them, again, like you said, he doesn't need it, so I get it. But if Amazon tomorrow were to say, hey, we got this Amazon coin, only way you can buy products, period, start. Everybody's going to be using Amazon coin. The U.S. is going to be freaking out the same way they were freaking out with Mark Zuckerberg. Was like, hey, I got to, like, I wish he would have went through with that. If he would have went through with that, it would, when I say people, it would have changed the landscape on this planet overnight. Mark Zuckerberg would have a stable coin or a cryptocurrency that had launched when he was trying to launch, it would have changed everything we know. But really quick, we do have someone in the waiting room. Darian Stewart, what's up? What you got for us today?
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me on Fuck Bitcoin Fridays. Obviously, I'm not trying to say fuck Bitcoin. I don't even want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say shout out to y'all, man. Jay, I got the first copy of the book, you know what I'm saying? And I've been dragging my feet, but I'm definitely about to cop that masterclass. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out, do I need the whole thing? Because I could just go back and watch the archive of y'all videos to get a lot of the information. Or maybe I'll just cop that yield farming, you know what I'm saying, section and just try to get my weight up like that. But, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say shout out to y'all and thanks for the consistency, man. Y'all really killing it. And, you know what I'm saying, this is the only place where you can come and get that information and that entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Zay, you had them vocals, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, Darian, much appreciate you too calling in.
Sure.
Like we say it, people, I tell you what, like literally you all are the reason why, you know, that, I mean, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. every day to do this. I don't got to do that. This is literally the reason why, to hear people like you and stuff, man. This is why we do it.
Definitely, man. Yeah, y'all definitely changing the game. And, you know, I said the main thing, I ain't going to keep it too long, but the main thing I really appreciate is like the reassurance of telling people like, yo, if you get in right now, you're still technically early to the game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's reassurance because especially, you know, people who look like me, you know, my culture, you know what I'm saying? The game is rigged against us. So, you know, it's little by little that we're, you know, increasing our position and everything like that, but y'all are definitely helping out the community. So
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That's what I have going.
Oh, yeah. Take care. Alec, you can load the next one in as well. And then Diego Garcia says, Safe Moon's been audited. Diego, if you don't call in ASAP. He says, Safe Moon has been audited. Call in ASAP. I got to talk to you about that.
Audited by who?
Right? By themselves? All right, Justin Goldston, what's going on? What you got for us today?
What's up, Justin?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Oh, sorry. I had to close. I had to close up my YouTube, so I apologize for that.
No, all good. All good.
All right. So I'm Dr. Justin Goldston. I'm actually a professor of blockchain. So I've been teaching blockchain for a number of years. I'm a 5-time TEDx speaker on blockchain in 2019. So I am a huge fan. First and foremost, I'm a huge fan. But I appreciate what everybody's doing, and we're actually building an exchange. So one of the first African American ran exchange with Favor Exchange. So my thing is, I love what y'all are doing in that we need to teach our people to bring the shovels instead of chasing the gold rush, right?
Yep.
So my question to you all is, how do we continue to educate? I mean, we have 100 and some people on here. How do we continue to educate the thousands into how do we create the tools? How do we create the exchanges? How do we contribute to the liquidity pools? Right? How do we build blockchains? How do we build the tools to the blockchains? We currently have a project where it's my baby girl. We currently have a project where we're building on a Polkadot blockchain, where we are having students from around the world to collaborate to build solutions. It's going to be a DAO. So now higher education institutions and students have a say, have a vote onto the future of our SID project, right? And we're going to have utility tokens similar to gas fees so that students can test these solutions, they can perform audits on these solutions, and then these organizations can pay bounties to the students, right? And then those students get paid in perpetuity, just like what we're seeing with NFTs.
Yep.
So how do we take a concept like that, educate our people, and now our people are creating similar solutions? That's my question.
Well, one solution I've been working on, there's a big corporation representative I've been speaking to create a blockchain group at every single HBCU in America. So I would love to speak with you more, Dr. Goldston, about that afterwards. But I would say the first step is, if you create those blockchain groups at these colleges, for one, it's outside of the curriculum. So you can have them working on these projects, right? So you create those groups, they give them the money to start, and then they give them basically a roadmap of how they can build things. And then once they're building or once they're creating these things, exactly what you just said, you send that in an email to alumni and say, hey, this is what we're working on. So then you can have that liquidity pool, because that's where most of the money is going to come from, the alumni. And then they can support these blockchain groups, and they can build these products or deal with these companies in order to push out these products. So I would love to talk with you more about that, because if we can get a blockchain group at every school, what you can essentially have is this sort of ecosystem of developers. The next wave of developers, the next 5 years, can all be these students, and they can come from anywhere from around the world, like you just said. So yeah, I would love to talk with you more. That's a solution I've been working on. Yeah, I've been working on that for the last 6 months. So, because I'm with you, I think I'm teaching a summer camp. I'm trying to get it at the colleges. If you look away from the older crowd or adults, you'll start to see we can have a whole generation of developers in this space, and they can also build the shovels, as you say, the exchanges, the wallets, the whatever infrastructure is needed going forward. So I agree with you there, and we could definitely talk more about a strategy.
Yeah, what's the best way to connect?
Our email is under the video. KRBE at KRBEcrypto.com.
All right, thanks. Yeah, and another thing is, if you check out GitHub Copilot, that's going to be another game changer as well, as we start to develop this stuff within higher education.
GitHub Copilot, definitely.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And really, Bitcoin's I already know you. That's why I even talk. I was like, Bitcoin's about to cover this top to bottom. I was gonna throw in my 2 cents on the liquidity side, but you literally covered my thoughts on that, which is, like the alumni definitely. We talk about liquidity pools and stuff. Like, there's so much like collateralized loans. You're talking about you can offer an entire population collateralized loans just off a few people actually putting up the collateral crypto. So there's so many different things in different directions to go as well.
And not to give too much away, but these endowment funds, if these HBCU endowment funds, if they pivot and try and get Bitcoin and cryptocurrency on the balance sheet or as a part of that investment, you can basically use their holdings to create collateralized loans for students. So then you can actually have enough value there to where you can actually sponsor students to come to the school who want to build on blockchain. So you can literally have a pipeline of kids. Like I got summer camp kids that are 14, 15. You could have them at that college building products, and then, you know, by the time they're 21, be Vitalik or somebody, or Sam Bankman-Fried.
I was about to say, you never gonna go broke, Zay. One of his students,
hey.
nah, he taught me Bitcoin. I was 14. Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, can't give away the strategy, but that's how it works long term. So again, I would love to talk with you more about that, come up with a strategy. And depending on what school you are at, I may know a few people there. What school are you teaching at?
So I'm a professor at Penn State University. I'm an advisory board member at Georgetown.
Beautiful. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Went to school at A&T, Aggie Pride.
Yeah, that's what Aggie Pride, baby. See that?
Hey, we be at G-Ho. We be at G-Ho.
Oh yeah, we can see at G-Ho play it.
Hey, we might see you there next year. It's all good. No, Dr. Goldston, quick question for you. What made you want to pivot into blockchain and teaching things about crypto and looking at all these different things as far as the picks and stuff? What interests you in going that direction instead of what you have previously already been doing?
So I was sorry for the background. She's right on the door. So I come from a technology industry. So I implemented ERP systems my entire career, right? Mm-hmm. So when I was teaching in the executive MBA program, one of the students asked me, they were like, Dr. Goldston, I heard where blockchain is going to transfer to supply chain industry. So I began to do my research, and I actually found Cornell, and I began to reach out to Cornell and ask them questions. So they said, you have a terminal degree. Do you want to do some postdoc research? Of course. You know, so I actually did some postdoc research at Cornell when Cornell was I think the second university that was offering blockchain within higher education. And then, you know, my ideas, my use cases, you know, I said, I always wanted to do a TED Talk. I'm just going to submit to about 10 and just hope that I get one. I did 5 of them on blockchain.
Oh, nice.
Right? Mm-hmm. When everybody thought I was nuts, right? So, but the crazy thing is that some of those use cases that I was talking about in 2019, they're happening now. Mm-hmm. You know, so whenever you see that, you know, and you're seeing all the things that have developed and have evolved, and you all see the potential. You all see the potential for years. You know, I think that it's only the beginning. And, you know, whenever I was talking about these things in Clubhouse, you know, back in December, and whenever I wasn't talking about the crypto and wasn't talking about the Bitcoin, they wanted to throw me off the stage, right? But the real money is creating the solutions that you all are on this thing talking about, mm-hmm. Right?
So.
What are your thoughts on the government intervention? So that's my only thing when it comes to some of these picks and shovels and where the wallets, exchanges. We talked about it today with BlockFi and these other companies. I mean, hindsight and looking at it now, I'm not too worried because I do understand they just want their money. So as long as you make a lot of money, you could pay a fine. But essentially, they've been picking on new crypto companies who are trying to establish these wallets and exchanges. So, like, what are your thoughts on that?
People are going to disagree with me on this statement, 1,000%, right? But it's just like the cannabis market. Whenever you pay your taxes, they leave you alone.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's one of the arguments that some of my mentors were saying. They're like, these universities, they're going to be a little hesitant about DAOs. They're going to research it. They're going to see the DAO. They're going to be against it. Right. You know, and if you look at the federal government and you look at DAOs, they're going to be against it. But my argument is that I'm going to work with the government. I'm in higher education, right? And I'm going to say, I'm going to show you the viability of this solution, that DAOs can truly work in the United States. So my thing is, I'm going to work with the government on these solutions. That's the only way we're going to make progress.
Mm-hmm. I would say
African Americans.
Oh yeah, I would say, Justin, Dr. Goldston, as far as working with the government, I'm with you there. But as a long-term view, as far as where they're going, DAOs, when you introduce them, slowly they're going to realize that their job isn't needed. And then I think you will have sort of the Trojan horse effect where they're like, man, this does work, but I'm not needed. So then how can I get involved? And then you actually make the community stronger. because then they're like, well, if DAOs are getting rid of my job, then I need to learn more about blockchain, and then you sort of have the domino effect. So I'm with you there as far as getting started, and I think long term they'll realize, hey, being able to execute smart contracts without third parties, we don't really need you per se, but we do need your knowledge and we need your connections and we do need your help as far as education goes. So I'm with you there.
Yeah, and your taxes.
Yep.
Right.
Taxes,
Well,
yep.
I was gonna say the funny thing is we might need to put the government agencies in the protocol. Like, look, y'all getting paid automatically. All right, leave us alone. But
Yes,
exactly.
that's what you have to do.
It might have to be something like that, where it's just like, yo, it's in the protocol. But I agree with you, but just in a different sense of, I think we'll be working with the government as well, because those who know, I want to bring all types of crypto stuff to the military. Like, I think it's the best thing for deployed people to be putting a percentage of their money into crypto, especially when you're in the Middle East, which is a tax-free environment. Anybody who's been deployed to the Middle East already know you coming home with a lot of money. So, but with all that being said,
what about prisons? You mentioned that. What about prisons now?
Yeah.
Prisons as well.
Commissary.
Yep. But with JPay. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is, I think it could work with government. I think we just need to get the old guard out. There's too many people in there right now who are anti-technology in general. So I think as more people, and I can't remember. I know we had a guest recently who mentioned it. I think it was maybe Reggie or one of them, but they were saying that as that line starts to blur in government, where there's people who are actually in government, where they're like, no, 80% of my money's in crypto. Like, when we start getting those people as the majority, I think that's when it'll be optimal to really work with them, and they'll be willing to work with us as far as different things. But like, as it stands right now, I still think there's too many people who hate technology in general. Like, they just like, no, we don't even care. So hopefully I'm wrong and they'll more listen to the likes of people like you. But I don't know. I mean, I do think long-term government will be the play. It's just right now they haven't been very friendly.
Yeah, because a big thing that I'm teaching within higher education is this Web3 movement. You know, it's the Web3 movement, and all of this stuff is systems thinking. Everything is interconnected. So whenever we educate people on that, whenever we educate people that artificial intelligence, blockchain, technology, the government, the financial system are all interconnected, then we start to get people to adopt. That's just my thoughts, and that's how I get people to follow.
Really quick, what was the repository name for the GitHub again? Or
GitHub? So GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot. You can sign up. You can sign up on the list. So once we connect, I will connect you with my partner because he's already in there. He's already in our testing, and then I think that we can get some movement on that.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, make sure Dr. Goldston, please send us an email. We can't wait to connect with you. I know Bitcoin is about to be on it because this is right up his alley. So thanks for coming on today.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks.
Take care, doctor. All right. Assume Cotlish. Thank you for the tip. Let's see. Kanoy Mason said, even better when we got your re-enlisting bonus in the combat zone. Yeah. For people who re-enlisted in the combat zone, y'all taking home money. I already know. Let's see. Hardwick, what's going on? Level 99 Slacker. Good luck, professor. Should be interesting. Let's see. Hardwick Diamond said decentralized centralization. Mr. G, the recycling guy. You also a message to someone. Yeah, that was a really good call in as well. What's going on, D. Chiron? Thank you for the tip.
Appreciate it.
Let's see. Movado said they don't hate technology. They hate losing control. Great point. That's a great point. They don't hate technology. They hate losing control. You're right.
And they'll give up the control if you pay them for it. And that's what we're saying. If we start putting politicians getting paid in crypto in the smart contracts, hey, work with us. You get paid off of this too. You're part of the DAO.
You're part of the smart contract. What you mad for?
I guarantee you're gonna see a few regulators stiffen up a bit or unstiffen up, and be like, oh yeah, we should work with them. But I think it'll take time.
They was like, oh, you should have told us you could have rose in the smart contract. Usually Jamie Dimon just gives us a bag of money. All right, Menho, what's going on? Is this Menho Donahue?
Menho, what's up, brother?
And for those who have been asking where to get this hoodie from, it should be in the links, but this is Menho stuff as well. Menho Donahue makes the hoodies and stuff. We'll be having some home versions as well, but this was his. What's going on, Menho?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, is this Menho Donahue?
Where to get this hoodie from? It should be in the links.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Oh, there we go. I said, is this Menho Donahue?
How you doing? How you doing, guys?
Yeah, what you got for us today?
Well, basically, I mean, I bought your book, Zay, and
you guys.
it's absolutely awesome. I'm getting a bit of feedback. Sorry.
Yeah, is the YouTube on? You're gonna have to turn that off.
What you got for us today?
Buying property with Bitcoin.
Your book, Zay.
You have your YouTube on, Menho? You got to turn on the YouTube. You have it on.
Absolutely awesome. I'm getting a bit of feedback. Sorry.
Yeah, is the YouTube on? Yeah, close your YouTube window. There you go. All right, we got you.
Buying property with.
You just got to close your YouTube window.
Yeah, he should be good.
Okay. All right. So while he's figuring that out, we'll give him a quick second. Oh, Fex Favor Exchange. Thank you for the tip. Love the format. Our engineers love your program. Fex, thank you very much from Favor Exchange. There you go, people. This is a good way. We always tell people, look, this is the best way that's how you promote your own stuff. Just throw a tip out there, throw your name, and now you got me over here Googling Favor Exchange to see what it is. You see how easy that was?
Yeah, easy it is. Pay for play, people. It's not hard.
Thank you for the tip. You got me over here Googling your name. All right, Menho, you good to go?
Yes. Yeah. Am I coming through okay?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you well.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, you know, I've been following you since 2017. Awesome work from 2,000 subscribers. I think you guys have got over 17,000 now. And yeah, I basically just wanted to sort of get your perspective on buying property with Bitcoin specifically in like the Caribbean, and if sort of get your thoughts on that, because that's the sort of direction I want to go down specifically.
Oh yeah. Well, I would say in May, I went to Barbados. I talked with a few people there as far as real estate goes about buying Bitcoin. They're not on the train yet. However, there are individual homeowners, way more individual homeowners in the Caribbean than there are here. Most of the homes here available are owned by banks, and in the Caribbean, they're owned by people. So if you can buy from that person and convince them to take Bitcoin, they may be able to do that. That was the one thing in Barbados was talking with people. They were like, well, you could probably convince me to take Bitcoin if I had a way to cash it out. Because, you know, in their mind, it's like I need cash for it. So it is a lot more possible in the Caribbean. But speaking with some local politicians, buying land and being able to get their local government to accept Bitcoin and then keep it on the balance sheet, that's a little bit further uphill. That's going to take a little bit more time. But individuals, you can literally convince individuals to accept Bitcoin, and you can actually buy houses in the Caribbean. Now, Barbados is the only place I've been. I have to go to some other ones, but it is a lot easier, I will say, in the Caribbean than it is in America.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, guys. On my website side, I'm going to be doing like an educational side completely for free. I haven't rolled that out yet. I'm still putting that together. And then I will have definitely some more merch for you guys. I've had to take a bit of a breather because I'm on a property side over here in the UK.
This is you, right?
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Folks, for everyone who asks about the hoodies and stuff, this is who creates them, Menho. The link has been in our description now for forever. And his what is it? Here, I'll bring it up real quick, Menho. He has some good stuff on there. So if you all are interested, check it out. What is it? AE Designs or something?
Yeah. I've got to move it over to another platform, but. Yeah, and because I'm going to add the educational side to it as well, and I've had a few restrictions, so I've got to move elsewhere. So slight pivot in the next couple of weeks, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to. While I have you here, I'm trying to find the link on my own video real quick to bring that up. But yeah, it is.
No worries.
What is it? It's AE.
ADesignUK.com.
Oh, it's UK. That's why. All right. Yeah. UK.com. Yeah. And then of course, hey, thanks for the continued support. You've been around for forever. I know if you got to run, that's cool. But I'll make sure to bring up this website before we head out today.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Love what you're doing. Everyone, share on all your social media. Yeah. Thank you.
There we go.
Bless.
Appreciate it. Yes, Menho has been a long time crypto warrior. You all. Shout out to Menho. He's been around for a long time. Like I said, I think he said since we had 2,000 followers or something, or 2,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
So he's definitely been around for a very long time with us, for sure.
Because we were at 2,000, 5,000 for a long time. So
Yeah.
this recent push didn't happen for until last month, 2 months ago. So yeah, he's been around a long
Shout out to
time.
Cliff. Cliff came through with the W. Cliff High, y'all. And those Cliff High files will be uploaded on the website this afternoon as well for those who want to get all the Cliff High reports from 2016. We emailed the 2017 ones, but the 2016 ones are out too. So here's his website real quick. Shout out to Menho. We're going to be soon moving over to some of our own designs, but this is in our description box, adesignuk.com. And you can see these are some of the shirts and stuff. I mean, this is pretty cool. The Bitcoin shoes, whatever. He got some good stuff. He got some great designs
stuff
here.
Oh yeah,
Fun stuff. So you all can check that out. And then the hoodies are on here as well. He got a ton of stuff: face masks, phone cases, t-shirts, hoodies, and sweatshirts. I had the red one. You know how that goes. Somebody stole it, but I couldn't wear it anyway. It had this big. What was that? It was like the blue one. Let me see if I can just change the color. It was blue, but it was red, and it looked like I was gang affiliated out here. I was like, I can't wear it in LA. It was this one right here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is the other one he gave us. I was like, I can't wear this out here. I wore it a couple times. People gave me a word. No, not word, bro.
No.
This is Bitcoin.
hey, where you from, kid?
Right. All right. Let's see if do we have anyone else in there, Alex? Oh, there we go. Ty City, welcome to the show. Ty City, this is going to be the last one, unless one is in the waiting room. Ty City, welcome to the show. And really quick, want to give a quick shout out to May Shea. Thank you for the tip. May said Jamie Dimon owes us super bags of money for stealing our energy and ideals while being employed at that horrible institution. All right, Ty City, what's the word? What you got for us?
Can y'all hear me?
Hey, what's going on?
My bad, bro. I'm on assignment right now. I had to come in and drop in real quick, man.
Hey, we appreciate it. What's the word?
Hey, man. Man. Again, like y'all know, I've been following y'all since y'all was shoulder to shoulder, man. You know, on side by side, man. What I wanted to talk about was like on my platform, I follow the regulation, right? Like I understand that y'all Bitcoin maximalists. I respect that because I used to be one myself, you know. And I salute everybody that's still in the Bitcoin fight worldwide, you know. But man, everybody is just bowing down. Everybody's just bowing down, fam.
Bowing down? What you mean to to who?
To regulation.
Regulation.
Right? Listen.
Like they bowing down, they taking these. So my investment strategy has been, especially recently, is if you can't beat them, make money off of them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I believe that security offerings are going to be valuable, right? And this is not nothing that I would be in favor of maybe like 3 years ago, you know? Mm-hmm. But like I said, we watch CME come in, we watch Black Scale happen, we watch BlackRock happen, we watch what is that? We watched oh man, now
JP Morgan.
Well, yes, that's what I said. These guys, they've been in. JP Morgan been in. Like I said, Jeb McCaleb was running Mt. Gox through his personal JP Morgan bank account. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, all of these things are happening. I'm watching the situation with, you know, Ripple unravel. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Stellar just announced that they trying to buy MoneyGram now. And it's just, I think we should really take a second guess at, you know what I'm saying, the regulated opportunities that's coming out, because everybody's folding, fam.
Yeah, I think we can do our part as far as the regulator side, but you're right. A lot of the people who are going for the big money, they're working with regulators right off the bat. It sucks, but DeFi hopefully is coming pretty soon.
Yeah. Now, when we was talking about Bitcoin, right, and I watched the B Word conference, they brought up the energy consumption of Bitcoin, And when they brought up the solutions, every solution that they mentioned was a centralized solution.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, we're going to have this renewable infrastructure. It's like, well, somebody has to own that. Somebody has to control that. You know what I'm saying? That would be the opposite of Bitcoin. And these are supposed to be highly influential people in the space, from Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, and I forgot her name.
Kathy Wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kathy Wood. Like, why would they even present that to people? You see what I'm saying? And Jack Dorsey is sitting there like, well, this reminds me of being rebellious and whatnot. It's like, well, how can you be down for centralized solutions?
Yeah, I'm with you there. Well, I will say the Jack is Jack is much smarter than I think people are understanding. You talk about a Trojan horse. That's all I'm gonna say. People,
I like Jack Dorsey. I believe him and Jay-Z got a massive plan going on in the background.
And I was
with the title situation and giving him a spot on the board for Square. I don't even think people understand how big that was. Like, that was pretty much given to him for free. He lost nothing. Mm-hmm. He lost nothing and got all that power.
Hey, Ty City, I was just about to say that the Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey, the B Trust, I'm actually a finalist for that board. So trust me, there's some stuff we've been talking about. Everything you're saying, just wait. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, man, congrats, man. I know they look into going into Africa with that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ghana, Nigeria. I just did the interview Saturday. So trust me, there's a lot that's about to happen, but they have to do what they have to do to stay in good graces with regulation right now. Because you don't want to blow your load early. You don't want to be like, oh man, forget regulators forever, and you already own Cash App, Square, and Twitter. But if you're going to move that way in the future, you're going to need people like myself and other people who were considered for the board to move that forward. So I'm just telling you now, it's just like, it's more of a Trojan horse than it is.
Zay, the same thing you said as far as you're going to need people like Aaron. I literally said that same thing to some of the folks working at JP Morgan yesterday about the masterclass. I was like, you all need to speak to your training curriculum, wherever at JP Morgan, and figure out how we can all partner. Because I'm like, whether it's us or somebody else in the community, you all are not going to win without reaching out to somebody in the crypto community. These big companies keep thinking they're going to do it on their own. They are not going to do it on their own, people.
Well, here's the thing too, as far as like opportunities opening up in the banking sector. You got Bank of America. They openly put out job openings for blockchain. Like they want people to come in and train people and get people, you know what I'm saying, acclimated to what's about to happen. Because I think they just opened up options trading to like select customers or something like that.
Yep, it's about to be nonstop. But we got one more and we got to get in here at time. Much appreciate the call.
Hey, man, peace, y'all.
All right, take care. Really quick, want to give a quick shout out. Buy the Hood. Thank you for the tip. I sold Bitcoin to buy an investment property in 2017. Terrible decision. If I would have known better, I could have leveraged the coins and ended up with the property and still had my coins. That is very true.
Oh man, we should have had you on when the real estate girl was on, trying to argue for buying cash flow properties.
Right.
Should have had you on.
And really quick, last one, we had another tip. Real talk. Thank you. I need those shades for my employment when I'm lifted. Love this channel. Yes, you already know. All right. And last but not least, I think we actually had Fex was going to call in. So Fex, if you call in, shout out to Fex. Thank you for the tip. Fex Favor Exchange. Let's see. They said, let's talk about decentralized finance at favorcoin.io. So it looks like Fex was calling in. I'm not sure they're still waiting. We're standing by for a quick second though. All right, just bring them on. Just
bring them on. Yep.
For those who are trying to figure out, we're talking to our producer Alec in the background. I always realize they can't hear him, and we just be like, yeah, whatever. And they're like, what are you talking about? All right, you all can't hear him, but we can. Real talk. Thank you for the tip. Why didn't they mention proof of stake on the B conference since Elon's concerned with the environment? Hey, not that day he wasn't. All right, looks like we have Reggie in the chat. Wait for Reggie to load on in. What's going on, Reggie?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, brother?
How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Oh, man, I like the format, man. I saw Dr. Goldston. He's one of our advisors on our board for Favor Exchange. And what I like what you guys are doing is we're talking about the market. We're not talking crypto. We're talking about decentralized finance, where a lot of these entities and different organizations fail to discuss. So I just wanted to just give you guys a shout out back and just say, the format is appreciated. We have a technology company, man. We have customers where we build blockchain solutions for companies all over the world. And we decided to build something for ourselves. And we have clients, energy clients like Williams, Entergy, PG&E, Eversource, Disney, NASA, One America, Voya Financial, quite a few companies that we build technologies for. And we said, we're building technologies here we are building technologies for JP Morgan, and we know how to do it. Let's build something ourselves. So we launched Favor Exchange, the mobile app and the online exchange, which we're actually releasing. You guys are kind of getting a first look at our designs and infrastructure. But really, man, I want our people to understand the opportunity that we're facing here outside of just talking about crypto, but talking about, the fact that we're building trust and trustless environments every day with decentralized finance and the power to actually do commerce with someone without a central entity to control that. So we're building platforms. We have patent pending technologies where we build arbitraging bots and technology within the blockchain and crypto space. We're an African-American business, and we're really excited about not just saying we're building the tools, but we're building new actual technologies for us to take advantage of this. I have this different perception. Some people may disagree on this call, but when I watch the news and I see somebody get on there screaming equality and why can't we all be the same, I don't think that's ever going to happen for us. I think that we have to demand that, we have to build that until we have our own hospitals, we have our own schools, we have our own police departments, we have our own finance, right? Our own banking structure. We'll be equal amongst ourselves, right? And so I think this is a good format. I applaud you guys for taking the time out. I definitely want to be a sponsor and build a relationship with you guys. I want you guys to follow us and not just look at what the buzzwords that everyone's throwing out there, but look at what we're doing technology-wise and establish positive relationships for these guys out here. It's good stuff. I'm in a hotel out here in Atlanta now, about to head back to Ohio, and my guys Assange and JG, that's Dr. Goldston, we call him JG. He said, get on this call, man. These guys are doing some good stuff. I'm telling you about it. So shout out to my brothers, and Assange is our security CISO, and Assange, and then Dr. Goldstein is our technology and blockchain supply chain advisor. And so we're building some really good relationships. We brought on some great consulting partnerships. Our attorneys and our technologies are really catching some attention. And we're working on one of the first method-based patents for a technology that we have to be deployed in multi-chain blockchain infrastructures. So we're really doing some cool stuff. So I really wanted to put out there to the people that we're not just consumers again in this space. We're aligning ourselves to be businesses in this space, right? So that we can be providing a resource to the consumers and not just be the ones that are paying people again, in the technology space. But
I like how you all are going about this and the reasons why you're building it, for sure. Like you said, to have that, the real equality comes when you have your own banking structure and system. Were you about to say Bitcoin's that? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, we got to be the builders, not the consumers, in the new 21st century economy. We got to be the people at the forefront, definitely.
Well, I'm gonna answer you guys a question that I ask a lot of my people on a call, and it talks about the technology and where we really are. So I'm gonna ask you brothers, have you brothers ever hitchhiked?
I have never hitchhiked.
I haven't hitchhiked, no.
Okay.
I've walked a long distance, but I haven't hitchhiked.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this other question. You get this question right, I'm gonna send another $100 to the format. All right, you guys got a bank account with the Bank of Idaho?
Nope.
Okay, all right. So this is why I asked you two questions, because you guys are wrong on both of them questions. I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell everybody else who answered know why they're wrong. The blockchain brings trust in a trustless environment, right? Have either you guys ever rode an Uber or Lyft?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you the question again. Have you guys ever hitchhiked?
Technically,
hitchhike side of the road. Is that Uber too now?
Well, that's where we're going with this, is that technology established a trust in an environment that you would never trust, right?
I got
you would
you.
never get in someone's vehicle that you don't know, right? But because Uber established a trust in a trusted environment, we technically are hitchhiking. We're getting on our phone, we're asking for somebody we don't know to give us a ride somewhere. That's the definition of hitchhiking, right? And the reason I asked about the Bank of Idaho, either your brother got Cash App?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's Bank of East.
all right, when the fine print, when you set up an account with Cash App, you actually open a bank account with the Bank of Idaho. And what the Bank of Idaho does, they take those funds from our communities and they build more real estate and commercial properties in Idaho because we're invested into their banking system. And they allowed us, because we're so desocialized and we're so conditioned, to not even know where we're putting our money. So that's what affects and favor exchange. And that's what that's part of our infrastructures. We said, you know what? We're going to build something where our people can use that put money back into the banks where we can build our own infrastructure, right? Here we are, we got tools that are opening accounts in states that we've probably never been in cities we definitely probably aren't welcome in. And they're building up their infrastructure off of our savings accounts and our wallets because we don't even know we are putting our money there. I saw a brother in the barbershop the other day show me he had $38,000 on his Cash App. So he has $38,000 in the Bank of Idaho that they're letting sit gain interest, and they're loaning to someone to build a house in their communities. And we don't even know it. So, not to be long-winded, but that's my point, is that brothers like us and the technology, and we take advantage of our talents, we take advantage of the people that are smart, that know how to build this technology stuff. And we build something for ourselves that opens the banks back into our communities where we can build our hospitals, right? Not build the hospital in Idaho where we didn't even know we're building a hospital in Idaho. So the irony behind that is the education on the power of the decentralized finance where we control that. And it all comes back to the technology and not being consumers. So that's the goal of FEX. So when you guys support FEX and favor and the infrastructure of what we're doing, we're just building the tools that they're already building. They're just putting the money where they want it to go. Coinbase gets the money. They don't put it back into our communities. Exodus, Binance, they don't put it back in our community. Binance is putting it in China.
Yeah.
Right? Real, yeah.
So, I love what you guys are doing, man. I'm definitely, and I'm still gonna put $100 in there just because you guys played the game of hitchhike and
really quick. Got one more for you. What got you into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency?
Let me tell you.
See, that's why I had to look. There we go.
Hey, you guys are gonna so I've been in technology for 20 years. All right. I'm a Cisco CCIE F5 certified. I built network security infrastructures for those entities that we talked about earlier. But I'm watching it. They're asking for these new technologies. They're looking at ways to put things in the cloud, and we're building them. But what really got me into crypto, you guys are gonna crack up. This is a true story. So my son, he's 24 now. He told me that he had bought cryptocurrency in a game in 2008, a Chinese game where because he liked cars, he put rims and paint the cars, and you had to buy Bitcoin in order to get the different virtual tools to build your cars up in this game. Well, he had these coins sitting in his wallet, and they were sitting there up until 2016. And he just said, Dad, look, my wallet, those coins that I bought for like 3 cents that for my cars, it's like $8,000-9,000. And I'm like, what? Seriously? And so long story short, he had coins left over from his cars that he just forgot. How kids grow out of games. He just bought a house cash in Nevada for $600,000 for those same coins.
Oh, wow.
So I got brought in by my son. Let's say out of the mouth of the babies, their wisdom.
I told you, listen to the kids, man. They're going to teach you everything you need to know.
They're going to teach you, man. So I said, man, this is some real stuff. So I got introduced in 2015. This is our second venture. My partners from our first company was called the Jet Authority out of Atlanta. We built the first Uber for private jets back in 2009. We sold it to a company called Blue Star Jets out of New York. And we just grew from there. So we're in the technology space, we're familiar, and we're just getting in head first into the DeFi space. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to keep building stuff for there. And I got all the talent. Can you imagine that, man? You got 20 engineers around you, and we're putting them all over. And I got contracts with JP Morgan, and they're saying, hey, we want this blockchain infrastructure built. And then we come back, and then and I go to my Chase bank account, look at all my money sitting in the Chase bank account, making them money. But I know how to build what they have, right? Tell me that's not ridiculous. We do it every day, though. I mean, we built the White House, right? So, I mean, it's crazy. So I just took a stand and said, hey, I talked to my brothers. I talked to other advisors. You know, Hassan's been in the game a long time. Dr. Goldstein's been in the game. I put good people around us. We have great talent. We have good advisement. And we just said, you know what? Let's push. Let's do this. Not just be consumers. Let's build something that we can use and we can show our brothers and sisters how not to get left behind. This is the second stock market push, right? You guys know that, right? Imagine being on the earth back when Dow Jones, JP Morgan, Charles Schwab, when they were sitting around saying, hey, we're going to start this stock market thing. We're going to put our money in first and then tell everybody about it so they can stack on top of it.
And that's like we told everybody about the JP Morgan for, you know, people were like, well, this came out of the blue. And it's like, no, they wanted to wait for the price of Bitcoin to be too high for their own people who work there to buy it. Because if it was low and the people who worked at JP Morgan were to actually, so let's say JP Morgan started offering Bitcoin to retail investors at $3,000, you get half the company to buy into it too. They're not working for you right now in 2021.
Whole company gone.
So for everybody who's watching, who works with or been around some of these banks, they're like, this is a surprise. I can't believe it. It's like, no, they just wanted the price to get too high for you to afford. Now it's like, you know, for to buy a whole Bitcoin for the average person, probably at JP Morgan, it's probably half of their salary right there. So that's all they did. They just waited. So I definitely appreciate what you all are doing over there as far as creating these vehicles and creating these platforms for people to use who don't want to go, like you said, through Idaho or JP Morgan or whatever else in between.
I mean, it's the power, man. We have some good videos on our YouTube where we explain it to the people. You know, it's funny, brothers. So many brothers come to me and ask me to explain it, right? And when I sit down and I explain decentralized finance in layman's terms, they go buy crypto, right? There were so many times where people come and say, hey, man, you got crypto? I said, well, explain it to me. And they're, oh, man, you just got to get it. But that doesn't explain nothing to me, right? I don't know what that means. So to educate each other, to in layman's terms of saying, you know, well, bottom line is, and we can get to it, we go in depth, but I can send somebody money without someone's permission. I mean, that's pretty deep. If you guys think about that, that's like Thomas Edison back in the day said, I want to talk to not Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell. He said, I want to talk to somebody that ain't here. And everybody looked at him like, what? You want to talk to somebody ain't here, you know? So it's an innovation. I want to send money to somebody without asking Wells Fargo, MoneyGram, Western Union, JP Morgan. I want to pay
United States government.
The United States government, right? Fiat. I mean, the whole purpose of fiat is so that you pay taxes so they can track it, right? Back in the day, we just went and handed gold to each other. They don't like that because if I hand y'all some gold, they can't get paid for that, right? So we're back. It's a full circle. Crypto is not new. It's just a different way of doing it, leveraging technology. We're right back at the point where the guys used to go to the bar in the old Western movies we used to watch and hand a guy a piece of gold for a beer, right? The difference is the government said, wait a minute, when he hands them a piece of gold for beer, we don't know how, we can't get no money off of that. So I tell you what, we'll create this banking system, the FDIC, tell them it's insured in case one of these bank robbers come and try to take the bank for all its gold. And then we'll give them this paper and call it a note, and we'll hold on to the gold, and the paper notes we can keep track of because we could tax people. That's people, we don't even realize that we've been conditioned that way, because from the day one, when we came out the womb, our parents said, you want some money, right? That it tells us when you hand it to somebody, it says right on it, Federal Reserve note. Your mom it's just like your mom sending you a note to school and say, hey, give my son lunch today. I'll pay you on Friday. That's what the government gives you when they give you that paper. It's a note. They give this person the goods he's asking for today. And when you take it to the bank will make good out of it.
Yeah. And we don't even have that anymore as far as being backed by gold. We don't have that. And then we don't even have the cash reserves to back up the digital bank account. So it's like,
don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, that's a big IOU.
Yeah, big IOU. The first thing somebody tell me when they say, well, I don't like to get into crypto because crypto ain't backed by nothing. I said, did you get a direct deposit on Friday? All right, look up the word fiat. Currency was not backed by any commodity since 1971 when Nixon decoupled it from the dollar.
There it is. And Kennedy got killed trying to put it back.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, Brother King. Let me tell you this. If people don't believe now about money and how the government controls it after this PPP and how they pushed all this money into the economy out of nowhere, they need to just go to the moon because they just showed you. My businesses had a deposit from the Department of Treasury. Okay. If they haven't shown you how serious they are about tracking their money with this PPP, pushing it through the banks, getting you the money and just printing it out the blue. You sleeper than sleep can be. Okay. All right. Because they just showed you what they can do when they want to. The Federal Reserve, not a government entity for you guys that didn't know. The Federal Reserve, commercial entity that is run by a board of bankers, the JP Morgans, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. That's why there's always a Jewish head of the Federal Reserve. They tell the Treasury how much money to print. And the bank said, if you want to get this economy going again, we need you to print this much money. And they did it. And then the banks got the money, sent the money to different businesses, and then charging interest on it, and then told you could be forgiven of it just like that. Come on, man.
There it is.
Yeah, you got to see it. It's right in front of our eyes, man.
It's right in front of your eyes, brother. But hey, I'm not going to take over your platform, man. We talk about this all day, but I love y'all, man. Y'all doing a great thing. I got to get back in the lab with the guys. And hey, thank you for having us on, man. We definitely support.
For sure. Thanks for being on, Reggie. And again, that is Reggie, CEO of FX, Favorite Exchange, favoritecoin.io. Check it out, folks. Thanks again, Reggie. All right. And last but not least, before we end the show, a couple of quick comments. Thank you for the tips as well. The Logic Spear, y'all got to come through to the Logic Spear. Check your email. We definitely will. And Aaron, thank you for the tip as well. Keep up the good work. Logic Spear, thank you for that big tip for sure, for sure. And I saw a couple of really good comments. Wanted to go over really quick. I did see somebody was new to the show, so I wanted to give them a quick shout out if I can find their name. Did you have anything, Bitcoin Zay?
No, that's all for me. Have a great Friday, people.
There it is. Jathati said, this is my first live. So glad to be able to catch one. Thanks, Jathati, for joining the live. All right. Other than that, people actually really quick, I want to bring up last quick thing. Circle K convenience stores will host thousands of crypto ATMs. The title is in the description is in the title, people. Circle K ATMs, bullish sentiments, JP Morgan, retail investors, bullish sentiments. And last but not least, also, here is the Amazon Jobs Digital Currency and Blockchain Product Lead. I just took a quick look at it. So it's kind of funny. Like they're doing they don't know what they're doing. All right. This is why they need people in the community. 10 plus years of experience in product or program management, product marketing, business development, or technology, MBA or equivalent experience. Like for what? For what? Vitalik Buterin doesn't have any of these. And you would not hire him, Amazon?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it. Knock it off.
Knock it off.
All right. Other than that, like I said, folks, we will be digging through all the emails this weekend. So if you've been waiting on an email back from us, we got you on that. Masterclass is still on sale. Talk Shop Live this Sunday. This Sunday's Talk Shop Live will be free. It is free for everyone. So if you haven't been on a Talk Shop Live yet, join us this Sunday. It's free, but we will be offering the masterclass in the show discounted for those who want it. But for everyone else, the show is free. So go ahead, check it out on Sunday. That's where we actually talk about altcoins and talk price and all this other stuff and drop some of the more jewels on Talk Shop Live. So check that out this Sunday. Like I said, we'll email everyone back this week. And I think that's it, right, Bitcoin Zay?
Oh, yeah, it should be all for me. And do you believe in love?
Last but not least, Dr. Goldston, thank you for the tip again. I love the platform. Thanks again for having me on. Thanks for coming on. We definitely appreciate that as well. Other than that, folks, make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you on Sunday with some more crypto news and then back Monday on the regular show. Cheers.